Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency Prime Minister Hamad bin Jassim bin Jabbar Al Thani, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to you all. I thank you, Honorable Prime Minister and Brookings Institute, for inviting me to speak at the gala dinner of this year's U.S. Islamic World Forum. I also thank the organizers for the impeccable arrangements made for selecting this forum's theme, New Voices, New Directions, emphasizing the challenge of change. Before I start, at the outset, I wish to express my deepest condolences to all the families who have lost their near and dear ones in yesterday's tragic fire at the Villaggio shopping mall in Doha City. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the recent socio-political developments across the continents have given way to changes in political landscape and emergence of new leadership in some countries. These changes have opened the way to new challenges, giving birth to a new political vision and promotion of sustainable democracy. The theme, therefore, for this year's forum seems most appropriate to enable discussions on these and other challenges of change in our world and in our way of life, even within our own regions. Indeed, change is a constant but inevitable process. Today, the change around us is noticeable due to the fast pace of globalization and the instant dissemination of information around the world. Although change is posing new challenges to nations in different ways, it is also drawing our world closer. After half a century in politics for people, I now believe that justice is the key to peace, and peaceful change is best for societies, states, and the world. Societies thrive in peace when justice ensures the basic needs of the people. Similarly, states thrive when relations are based on justice and peace. I also believe that absence of justice leads to inequalities culminating in social turmoil, instability in society, states, and in regions. It has therefore been for justice a basic tenet and character of democracy in all spheres of life that led to the birth of Bangladesh and adoption of a constitution that ensured democracy, inclusiveness, and human rights. Democracy also respects freedom and harmonious living and encourages sustainable development, which strengthens justice and empower people. With deep faith in these beliefs, I introduced a resolution on people's empowerment that was adopted by the 66th UNGA in New York last year. Thus, on assuming office in January 2009, I made efforts to enhance democracy and people's empowerment by strengthening our commissions on human rights, information, anti-corruption, and election. The Election Commission updated the voters list, prepared voters' identity cards, and introduced electronic voting machines for fair and credible elections. So far, 5,175 elections were held under our government, stretching from local government level elections to that of mayors and by-elections of MPs to the satisfaction of all political parties, a unique feature in the history of our elections. I would now like to share the experience of our journey to democracy, rule of law, and social justice. For social justice, our focus is on education, healthcare, food, energy security, social safety measures, better livelihood, and gender equality in all spheres of life. Women are particularly assured of special support in education, healthcare, jobs, business, trade, and entrepreneurship. Our ethnic minorities, the disadvantaged and disabled, and the elderly also receive the attention they deserve as citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, a major challenge of change in our region is poverty, which I believe is our number one common enemy. It provides breeding ground for another challenge in our changing world, and that is terrorism. Since they know no borders, concerted efforts of all states are required to face them. The remedy is to prosper, for which connectivity allowing increasing trade, investment, and economic activities is very important. Our excellent relations with the neighbors, based on mutual respect, reciprocity, and justice, have helped us all make good progress in developing connectivity in South Asia. Our regional cooperation against terrorism is also excellent. As a victim myself, losing 18 family members, including my 3 brothers, one only 10 years old, my mother, my father, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, also the father of the nation, to assassins on 15th August 1975. I am against terrorism. My resolve is cemented by the 19 attempts and especially a 13-grenade attack on me on 21st August 2004 at a public rally held in protest against terrorism, causing death of 24 people with hundreds injured. My effort to eliminate terrorism from Bangladesh has been fully endorsed and supported by our good friends around the world. Our friends are also supporting our efforts in tackling the challenges of development. Despite the recent world recession, we managed GDP growth rate in the last 3 years of over 6% and also reduced poverty by 10% through education, healthcare, social safety nets, and overall socio-economic development. In education, we achieved 99% school enrollment at the primary level and gender equality at both primary and secondary levels. Healthcare services is delivered through 11,800 community health centers in the rural areas. Our success in reducing maternal mortality was lauded by the UN, and in child mortality was rewarded by the UN MDG4 award in 2010. Our social safety nets include increasing pension and number of old people, widowed, and distressed women, homes for the homeless, one home, one farm for small landowners, employment of one member from every poor family, etc. Food security is a success story with steady delivery of fertilizers, seeds, agriculture information, salinity, drought, and flood resistance rice varieties, etc. Climate change challenges are being made by a 134-point adaptation and mitigation plan, which includes dredging of rivers, afforestation 20% of land to create a carbon sink, improving disaster early warning system, green belts on coastal and river embankments, promoting renewable energy, etc. A major challenge of climate change is disaster-induced migrants. Climate change is not our doing but of developed and emerging economies. The problem should, therefore, be solved by relocating the migrants to their countries. This would also meet developed economies' challenge of decreasing population and labor shortage, which are adversely affecting our economic growth. At present, we are meeting these challenges through our own climate change trust fund as well as through climate change resilience fund set up by our development partners. Our internet services connecting 4,501 Union Information and Service Centers, 483 upazilas and the 64 districts, 30 million internet and 90 million mobile subscribers are boosting our progress. Excellencies, in our globalized world, boundaries lose significance to greenhouse gas emissions, economic migration, terrorism, etc. Least developed countries like Bangladesh need support of resourceful and developed countries in tackling these problems. Indeed, the challenge of climate change, population increase, fresh water shortage, etc. calls for a universal united effort in facing them and other challenges of change. Thanks to the State of Qatar and the Brookings Institute for the U.S. Islamic World Forum, providing a scope to share views and to formulate future national and global strategies. The world, particularly the developed, has realized that a relationship with Islamic world based on justice is vital. And spiritual understanding of the distinct code of life and culture of the 1.5 billion Muslims is essential for real peace and actual stability. Dialogue, investment, trade concessions, and support to the Islamic world are therefore very fruitful efforts. Bangladesh is fortunate to attract attention, possibly due to our secular, inclusive society of people of mixed ethnicities who are also nonviolent in nature. Though 90% of our 160 million people are Muslims, we are exceptionally tolerant and are all embracing a nature and temperament. Our foreign policy dictum is friendship towards all, malice towards none, as established by the father of the nation, and our national psyche is live and let live. Thus, follows of all regions in our country have found harmony and peace in living together. In this respect, Bangladesh is similar to the United States, and this is the basis of our two countries' friendship. Bangladesh is included in all the 4 initiatives of President Obama, namely on the health, climate change, feed the future, and engagement with the Muslim world. The United States is also our strong partner in democracy, rule of law, women empowerment, education, social safety nets, and countering terrorism. There is no doubt that the United States and Islamic and entire world has understood the need to live together and face united the new and deadly challenges of change, threatening our global village. In these ever-evolving arrangements, there will be difficulties and complexities calling for greater tolerance, understanding, cooperation, and adjustment. Here I want to mention about the Palestinian problem. I hope that all Islamic world and also United States and other developed countries should take initiative to resolve this problem. Once the Palestinian problem is solved, I hope that all efforts will give some fruit. So this is my humble request to resolve this problem as soon as possible. All of us will need to open our minds and hearts in assessing the needs of others and be willing to compromise and make sacrifice on the basis of justice and fairness, and thereby achieve a world of peace, harmony for our future generation. I thank you all for your kind hearing. Khuda Hafiz.